Trevor, that's the beautiful part about editing, bro. That's the beautiful part about editing, y'all. What's up, Bridges? How y'all doing? We're back for another episode, and this is the place where stories are heard and the world get to see it. I'm back with another amazing human being, Trevor Keys, and today we're gonna do a boy talk. So this won't be the normal episode, but this will be an episode specifically about lived experiences. This season we're digging in even more with Black men's stories, with stories from and about Black men. I was explaining to Trevor before we turned the cameras on and press record and everything. It's so important that our stories get told. I think that, especially in the podcasting world and in the regular world, if you will, a lot of different stories are popular, a lot of different stories are highlighted, but we rarely ever hear specific stories. And so Boytalk, and not just specific, but into the nuance of people's stories. We rarely get into that. And so I wanted to use Boytalk, Trevor, as that, man. I wanted to be able to specifically dig into Black men's stories and every facet of Black manhood. So yeah, we're gonna dig in, y'all. This Boytalk is singing through what I couldn't say. Singing through what I couldn't say. When you first heard, and I got an introduction and everything, bro, we're just gonna go in, bro. When you read that, what did you instantly think when you read that?
I pictured every time I sang at church.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, and it that church is at the heart of us. It's at the heart of who we are as Black boys, as Black choir boys. You know, church is at the heart, has been at the heart of who we are. And I'm just so glad that you are here to share your story. As I shared with you before we got started, this is a safe space. This is number two, this is a space where you're comfortable. I think we have built this place, this barbershop. We're in my barbershop too, y'all. But we've built this shop. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, man. And you know, we've built this place to be open to people, to everybody. This is not one of them hardcore barbershops with just like hard dudes in here. No, it's a beauty shop too. We got women in here, man. So one of the women that raised me work in here. So it's a family environment. But we have built this environment where everybody can feel comfortable and be who they are, Trevor. So that's the beautiful part of this. But singing through what I couldn't say. Now, y'all, I'm not a singer like Trevor, you know. I used to sing in the church choir. I can hold a good tenor note, but I ain't, listen, I ain't on it like my guy. My guy, he hit it hard. He hit it real, he hit it real hard, you know. But I told him, Trevor, and I'll tell you publicly here, I know your mom, and I knew she had a child, you know, but when I really started seeing you, it had to be within the past year or two. I'm like, wait a minute, man, it's a light shining on that young man. It's a light shining on him that is bright. It's really bright. And I was like, yeah, I got to get him on the podcast. I got to get him on the podcast. Obviously, you had I think you had green hair one of these times. How many colors of hair have you had? Bro?
Okay, purple, pink by accident. Green, teal, red, blonde. I think I named all of them. Green, yeah.
Okay, wow. You've had quite a bit. I love it. Listen, I love it. When I saw him, y'all, I was like, yeah, I got to get that young man on my podcast. I sound like an old man. I got to get that young man. I sound like my uncle, bro. I got to get that young man on my podcast. I got to get my guy on my podcast. But bro, I appreciate you for being here, Trevor. You ready to jump in, man?
Oh, yeah.
We going on a ride. Now you in the driver's seat, bro. You in the driver's seat. I'm just the narrator. I help navigate these stories, man. So I want to go ahead and get started. And this episode, y'all, we're going to talk about the tension between artistry, spirituality, and black manhood. And many Southern creatives, like Trevor himself, has wrestled with the same paradox. You know, even me being a creator, a Southern creator, like I've wrestled with this, Trevor, especially in the beginnings of my podcast career, if you will, and also barber career, and also being in ministry. But I wrestle with the paradox using music to express feelings that we were never allowed to name. You know what I'm saying? I sung in the choir for years. You sing, you're a soloist, man. And we'll discuss how the church shaped the voice before it shaped the confidence, man. And also how music became both sanctuary and survival. And we're going to unpack this out loud, Trevor. We're going to unpack it out loud, bro. If you grew up in the South, you know this tension well, Bridges. You know this tension well. Church was the first stage. For a lot of us, church was the first stage. It's the place that has taught us harmony, and it taught us harmony before it taught us honesty. The sanctuary that shaped our voices long before we understood our identities. For so many creatives, church became the translator for the feelings we weren't allowed to name. Today, I sit with a man with a voice that shaped by pain, praise, and purpose. This will be about artistry, spirituality, and more than ever about the journey of a black man trying to make room for his whole self. I welcome to the podcast, Trevor Keys. Woo! Oh, you know what, bro? I got all those little things on here. I just don't. I feel so lame doing it. I feel so lame, like little hand clap. I'm gonna start using it though. I'm gonna start using it for sure. Cause I bought this, man. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to hook these mics up. so yeah, but we gonna get going, Trevor. We're gonna get going. When you read that. When I read that, did anything in particular stick out to you, especially about confidence? I'm big on confidence, man, and I feel like we learned harmony before we learned confidence. And I can be honest, I probably didn't even get a lot of confidence when I was in the church space still. But what did you think about some of the things I said in that monologue, man?
The part that stuck out to me was teaching harmony before honesty.
Wow.
Because you teach, well, not you, but we're taught in choir and in church, when dealing with music, how to come together with people that we are not the same like, but still be able to minister together and gel. In that, though, you're also taught any of your differences, put them aside, and some of those putting aside your differences was hiding who I really am to fit into this choir.
Wow.
To be able to minister.
Wow.
And I'm ministering to people, but they don't even see who I am. And that's where we learn the harmony. I learned how to work with people and come into contact with people that are not like me, but I didn't know how to be myself fully and then still be able to work with harmony.
Wow.
Or work in harmony with those people.
Wow. And Trevor, even with you saying that, like how old were you when you realized you were different? How old were you, like in that space when you realized, dang, like I'm different from most people around?
5.
Man. Yeah.
5 years old.
Wow. What was it about 5, man?
In particular, when it came down to church specifically, I'm sorry, I know how to talk now. It was the moment where I'm coming to church and I'm excited about God. I'm excited to sing, but also my excitement is a little more. The word that they would use is flamboyant.
Flamboyant. And they call it sassy today.
Sassy today now, but
yeah.
My excitement came through in a flamboyant way.
Okay.
And so the label of, oh, we got to get that off of him, or oh, you got a little sugar in your tank.
Yeah.
They came early.
Wow.
But it also came from my peers.
Yes.
And it came from my peers because it came from their parents, and they heard their parents saying it about me, and then they brought it to me.
Okay.
At the age of 5.
Wow.
Or 6.
Wow.
You know, so it's like at those ages, should I say I'm being taught that there's something different about you because everybody notices it, but then again, on the inside, I'm like, what is the difference?
Yeah, you didn't know. And I'm going to tell you something, Trevor. A lot of us find out through our peers before we even get to know for ourselves. If I lined up 10 men that was different, and the difference is gay. If I lined up 10 gay men, Bridgers, I guarantee you at least 8 of those men at these same ages learned that they were different through their peers and through their peers' parents and through their family members. And then we learned this early. And so you're left in a deficit at a young age. How did that make you feel back then, Trevor?
Like I had to figure everything out on my own, because when I simply asked, what does gay mean? It was received as if I was an adult that I already knew what it meant, and I just wanted to ask.
Wow.
But I was a baby confused because I just like to dance and sing.
Yeah.
But all the boys at school say, oh, yeah, you the gay boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the gay boy.
Yeah.
Oh, you gay. I can't hang out with you because you're gay. So I go home and I'm like, hey, what does gay mean? And it's received with, you don't need to worry about that. Where you hear it from anyway?
Okay.
And it's so much tension and anger and emotion behind that response. It strikes fear in my stomach because it's like I can never ask that question again. But then also, if it's brought up to me, I don't even know how to defend it.
Wow.
You know, and then on top of that, now it's an internal battle of I have to pretend like you guys are not saying this to me. I have to pretend like it's not fazing me. And then if I cry about it, I'm definitely gonna fall into the stigma of what you guys are saying. So can't cry about it here, but I can't cry about it at home because the mom gonna ask me what I'm crying about.
Wow.
You know, so it's like I hold it in, and I will hold it in, and then I started building a muscle memory habit of hold it in till you get where you can let it out.
Okay.
But then, where can I let it out?
Wow. Okay. Man, I'm gonna take that in. I'm gonna take that in, Trevor. And y'all, as I told you, bro, you speak for a generation of people, right? Because my generation, we were slightly different because we didn't have as much autonomy as your generation have. So we had the ability to just say a lot of stuff. Like I know you being a 26-year-old man, you said you held a lot back. We probably held twice the amount of things back because of where we came in at. You know, I recently and love my mama. That's my heart and soul. You know, my mother is my everything. And my mother, little babe. But yeah, my mother is my heart and soul, and she's battling some health challenges right now. And you know, at the end of the day, our moms is our everything. And I'm seeing now, like in this moment, like no matter the differences me and her have, especially with this topic and me, like what's left at the end of all the disagreements is love. We love one another. So I said that to just kind of validate, you know, he's not here for the Bridges that's listening, or for any guests. What's up, y'all? Any guests that's watching and listening. And matter of fact, if you watching right now, you need to go ahead and go and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Real talk. But anyway, but Trevor, I said that because so many of us, we have those you know, kind of complex relationships with the people that we love most because nobody really understand, like fully, because nobody think it's going to happen to them. But fast forward into you're adult, you're going through your teen years, and it's your early adult years. I know you sang. Like y'all check him out. I'm gonna have him tag. I'm gonna have his social media tagged on the bottom. But Trevor, like you sing, and when you as you talk, even watching you, looking at your posture and who you are, I can see the kid that like to sing, that like to dance, that like all the things, man, and not being understood, and to have to learn how to pretend so early that they ain't saying that about me. That they're not, that they ain't really, I'm good. I'm just gonna block that out. Those things that you blocked out, they went somewhere, and they stayed in you because it was like, dang, you add up, it add up, and so who and outside of, because we've already introduced your journey a little bit, Trevor. I want you to tell the Bridges, outside of your voice and your accolades, Trevor, who are you? Who are you as a person? Outside of anything that people know you for, who would Trevor say he is as a person?
As a person, Trevor Keys is a well-educated, introverted extrovert.
Oh.
That has been trained so well that most people assume that I am an extrovert.
Because I assume that. I'm telling you right now, you said introverted extrovert, yes. Bro. I'm like, what?
Yes.
No, are you serious?
And actually, I think I said it backwards. I'm an extroverted introvert. So I'm an introvert at heart.
Yeah.
But
you got extrovert tendencies.
Yes, I have extrovert tendencies because I feel like in preparation for where I'm going, I have to learn how to, even when I don't feel like being around people, you gotta play the part.
Listen, you gotta put it on, right?
And I feel like I learned that at an early age, going to kind of like the situation of pretend.
Yeah.
So outside of singing, I'm a great actor.
Wow. Okay.
I acted in a role for 18 years.
Oh no! Wow.
And it's like,
yeah.
Also, nobody, unless you know me from childhood, but I'm not a singer first.
Wow.
Originally, my first instrument that I ever fell in love with was the drums.
Wow, really?
I tell people all the time, or I don't tell people all the time, but those that have noticed it within the last couple of years, like when I'm getting ready for some of my gigs, I can sing something to the background singers, and I can tell the piano player, I want you to do this. When it comes to the drummer, I can almost internalize it. And it's like I would tell him exactly
wow,
and like,
really?
And he was like, Trevor, you really know something about the drums? And I'm like, yeah, that's my first love.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. You're teaching me something new about you, man. Wow. And so how did you end up embracing singing?
I love this story.
How did you end up embracing singing? Because you said you tell the lick. How?
So going back to that age of 5.
Wow.
I was in children's church choir rehearsal. And they was like, we need somebody to do this solo. Trevor, come do the solo. And I was like, I don't want to sing. I don't want to sing that. I don't want to sing. And they was like, you gonna do it. So I sang it in rehearsal. And I was mad the whole time. I got home. I told my mom, I said, Mom, they trying to make me sing something. I don't want to sing. I said, if you don't want to sing, you ain't got to sing, baby. I said, period. I said, yeah, that's right. Got to church Sunday. I'm in line with the kids. We line up in the hallway. And shout out to Miss Marsh. She's one of the greatest child care people in the world. She loves kids.
Wow.
And she was over the children's ministry. And she said, Trevor, what you doing? I said, I'm standing in line. She said, you supposed to be up here. You singing. No, I'm not. I ain't singing.
I ain't been singing nothing.
She looked. She said, "Who? You singing?" My mama said I ain't got to sing. The Marsh went and got my mama. She said, "Come here real quick." She looked at me. She looked at mama. She said, "He finna sing this song." Mama said, "You finna sing this song?" I said, And I cried.
Wow.
My mom, she got me together. She said, hey, fix your face.
Wow.
Fix your face. Get it together.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do it. And the way that I experienced, and I didn't know what it was at the time because I wasn't, should I say, I didn't have that wisdom at the time.
Yeah.
But I just knew, I was like, that's the best feeling I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I want to do it again.
Wow.
I was like, I want to feel it again.
Wow.
And then as life went on, it was understood that that's what it feels like when God actually uses you fully.
Yes.
And then to, I guess, connect it to now, with me embracing my musicality, and also being aware that I am blessed outside of the gospel industry. That's what keeps me from veering off and getting too lost into the secular world.
Okay.
Because if I ever get up and I don't have that feeling,
okay,
I know God ain't in it, and I know I'm too far.
So what's the feeling if you had to explain the feeling?
If I had to explain the feeling, it's like butterflies, but butterflies not before you get on the roller coaster, but when you're at the top of the hill getting ready to do the drop.
Yeah.
That's a different level of butterflies.
Yeah.
You know, in the line, it's anticipation butterflies.
Yeah.
And even on top of the hill, it's anticipation, but on the top of the hill, you already have an understanding. I'm safe, I'm good. I just gotta enjoy the ride. In line, you don't know what to expect.
Wow.
You're nervous.
Yeah.
You're more so like scared of what's to come. When you're on the ride, you already locked in. You know, I'm not going nowhere, and I know the only two things gonna happen. This ride gonna keep going, or eventually when it finishes, it's gonna stop, and I'm gonna get out.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a excited focus, but also it's just like a adrenaline rush. Like I don't even know how to explain it, man.
Yeah, and you literally wear it. Like your spirit wears it. Wow. Like you were born to be here to do that. Like, and I can't say that about a lot of people. There's a lot of people even older than you that you can't, especially someone who's very connected spiritually. Like you were specifically brought here for that, man. The Creator sent you here to do that. And as I told you, you're such a special young man, and you have a light, and nothing should ever dim that light. Nothing. You were sent here to be exactly who you are, Trevor. You were sent to be exactly who you are. Like every facet of you. I think, Trevor, so many times, because if we grew up in this Bible Belt South, we were conditioned that we run to, and it's not even said, spoken, but we're conditioned to run to perfection. We think we're gonna be perfect. We're gonna be perfect, and we develop this sense of a need to always want to be perfect. But we are imperfect beings, and that I can say that in every facet of the word. But I know that a lot of times, growing up in the church space, we run after that. And so if you are queer, or if you are something different than the status quo, especially men, if you're not like everybody else, you know, you begin to, from a childhood, operate in a deficit emotionally, operate in a deficit confidentially, and operate in a deficit where your self-esteem is, because you know you got this piece of you that, number one, you don't even fully understand. And number two, they really don't understand, but all they know is to give you no, hell, no, hell. And you're watching them do any and everything else, and no space is made for you. And so we get that, you know, growing into it. And since we are church boys, I just want to continue with the conversation. Like, have you ever felt, Trevor, that your gifts your gifts were welcome in the church, but your truth wasn't?
Yes.
Can you kind of go into that a little bit for me?
It goes to the topic of the whole episode, because my gift My voice, yes. Oh, yes, come on, please. Take us up. But in me taking y'all up, y'all tearing me down.
Mm-hmm.
So that I would meet the standard in which you all will accept of the person taking you up.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came down to it, with me fully, I had to be in my head 24/7 at church.
Mm-hmm.
Every 5 seconds, because it's, did I do that too? Was I too? Was I? Oh, I need. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I need to. Don't say it like. Oh, did I say? Was that S too long? Did I say this? Oh, did I do this? Was that hand just right? Oh, wait. How did I? And then all of that is going on while on the outside, I'm like,
yeah.
Because nobody can know that that's going on. Because then when y'all come up and ask me, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna tell you, or I'm gonna have to continue with the laugh. I'm good. Nothing's wrong. And then even then, I go in the back of my head. I'm like, oh wait, I'm showing too much, because they asked me, which means it's becoming obvious that you have all this going on in your head. So, like, yeah.
Wow. So if you are who you are now, imagine the 13-year-old Trevor. You're looking at the 13-year-old Trevor, and you are speaking from the performance space. And this is intentional because I need everybody listening and watching to understand that this is not a one-off. This is not something that is isolated. It is so many of us, church boys, that feel this, that has gone through this, Trevor. And if you could speak to the boy who was not hiding, which is you're looking at him, if you can tell him, or you can say clearly the emotions that he was feeling at 13, some of the thoughts or some of the ideas he was feeling, like, if you're speaking from the place, your performative place, if you take the mask off, this is him. Like, what would you say about him? Or what would you tell him about himself?
That's good. You're only pretending to yourself. The only person that you're fooling is yourself. And then I also, to add into it, none of their opinions matter as much as you think they do. But also, you're valuing some of their opinions more, and you're creating them. I mean, you're making them into a God. You're making them into an idol.
Wow.
Because God is speaking directly to your heart right now. Yet you keep going to them to ask them, is God telling you what He's telling me? And when they say no, then you go back to the drawing board. Okay, God, so what am I supposed to do? And I will also tell him, you're loved, even though you don't feel it right now. It's okay that everybody doesn't see you, because you do, God does, and you have your faithful few that do. And everybody ain't gotta be your friend, baby. And just because they smile in your face and they know your name, they still not your friend. Because where you are right now, friends aren't important, even though you feel like you need them. It's okay, the abandonment that you feel right now, because you're not you, so you feel like you lay yourself down every day and pick up this persona, but you never pick yourself back up, because now the persona has become you, because you're waiting on you to become the persona. Wow. And you are sitting at home watching yourself deplete yourself.
And I want to come in right there, Trevor. Like, do you realize like you are speaking to a child? You know what I'm saying? And like that's half the age you are now. I don't know if you ever, spiritually, like go back and speak to him and hug him and play with him and allow him to dance, because a lot of times in those lanes, Trevor, our development is arrested because who we are is suppressed, right? It's suppressed, and I want you to think about the amount of bravery he had to have to still some kind of way be who he was feeling on the inside, but he had to actually hold these two facets of a person up, man, and you give him grace. Like, real talk, Trevor, because that, bro, like, and I'm literally in that zone right now, and I can imagine, because, a lot of that was my story, and I can imagine, what he was feeling. If you had to give me 3 emotions that 13-year-old Trevor was feeling in those moments, 13 to 15, if you had to give me 3 key emotions, what would you say those emotions were?
Confused. Not sure this is an emotion, but abandoned. That's more of a feeling.
Yeah. No. That's confused, abandoned.
Focused.
Wow. Confused, abandoned, focused. And what was your focus on? If you could speak to that.
Changing to become what they want me to be.
Yes.
Because I woke up every day saying, okay, today's gonna be the day.
Yes.
What? No. Okay. What last? It was yesterday. Okay. Today's gonna be the day where I'm just gonna wake up and it's gonna be. I'm just gonna be straight. I'm not gonna have none of this. I'm not gonna want to dance. And when I sing, I'm gonna sing with a low voice. Like all of that every day for in that time. In that time period, waking up every day, and I mean faithfully every day. Even if I had a day full of stuff, I'm waking up like, okay, somewhere in this day, I'm just gonna, it's just gonna come out for me.
Wow.
And then, that would be the 3.
Wow. Taking that in, Trevor, and to the people that's watching, understand that if you see somebody, a different young man in your family, if you see somebody different, period, in your family, and you don't speak to it, they don't know how to name it. They don't know how to navigate it. And just imagine that you knew somebody and you knew they were different, and you have discussions. Think about it, y'all. Think about that family member or that friend that you have private discussions about, but you never have those discussions with them because you don't understand it. Imagine the feelings that he or she feel. Imagine the thoughts that he or she have to navigate. And listening to you, Trevor, like, damn, bro, like, dude, you came from a long way. So that focus that you speaking about, that focus that you are reliving, recanting right now, is definitely, people pleasing. We, and a lot of times, Trevor, we mistake people pleasing for pleasing God. We get it, that it gets so blurry. It just get real blurry because, we want to, because we want to please God, and ultimately through ministry, through performing, through all of the things, we get up and we're so focused on making sure that they don't laugh, that I don't do too much to where I stick out from the crowd, man. So, bro, I honor your 13-year-old self right now in this moment, Trevor. I honor him, man, and I can only imagine like you being that age and growing into your teen and adult years. Like, what? And I know we kind of slight, not really off topic a little bit, but where did you get tired? Where did you? Because like clearly you are who you are today, but where did you begin to get like tired of that performance, man?
So I would say I began like that small inkling of just like, okay, I think I'm getting tired of this.
Okay.
Back in 18.
18 years old. 2018, gotcha. Okay.
And but it's about 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Still, 18, 19. And I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And death had been death was, I was known, well, I knew what it was.
Okay.
It was known. But no death within 10 to 15 or maybe even 20 of like years of my age was happening.
Okay.
And then I had a couple of them when I was in middle school.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And even then, I didn't grieve them though.
Okay.
Like I cried about when it happened. I cried at the funeral, but at that age, I was thinking, because I was trying not to cry about how I truly felt about me.
Wow.
I was like, anytime I cry after the funeral, that's my personal stuff, and I need to hold it in. So, 18, I have my friend Fawn who died when I was in, I think 10th grade. I got my classmate LD who drowned while I was in, I think 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 2 months later, I had one of his friend, or one of our friends, Noah, same thing, drowned. So like them 3 deaths, and I'm still in high school. And then right before I graduate, Shay goes, Joseph goes, Krisha goes.
Man.
And it was like, those are 3 people that saw me.
Yeah.
Those are 3 people that saw me.
Yes.
And at that point, it was, okay, if they're gone, who's gonna see me now?
Wow.
And then in there, who's gonna see me now? It was, I'm tired. I'm tired of faking it, because if they could love me and they're gone, I'm pretty sure I can somebody else there is gonna love me, but then also I can deal with those that don't love me.
Wow.
Or I can, at this point, I'm learning to deal with those that I have to find out, oh, you only love me under that circumstance. And at that point, that's when I started really just like saying, I'm gonna be me. And being me, not too much changed. It was just my mindset.
Okay.
Because I was still me, but everybody that, just, oh no, he just likes fashion. Because it was never, okay, yeah, he is gay and he's saved and God loves him and we love him. It was, no, he's not gay, he's just fashion. He has great fashion sense. Or he just is really, really cold. He could just really, really sing. Or, oh, he's just very, very handsome. So it's like, oh, he was raised by his mom. That's the main one for me. He was raised by his mom, so that's why. But it's like, no, it's me. I'm who I am. I just don't walk around with a billboard. And because I don't walk around with a billboard on my end, in my head, I was like, because I don't publicize it, I thought I had to meet, the let me fake it. Fake it. And then it's 18. I was like, nah, I can't do this no more. But then also, I was glad that I got to that point, because I truly believe had I carried it a year later, would not be sitting right here.
Wow. Really?
Because when I got tired, I was tired, but it wasn't just 18-year-old that was tired. 5, 6, 9, 12. 15, all of them were tired.
Yes.
And all of them were on me like, why it take you so long to say it?
Wow.
But then in actuality, they all understood we were there. So we know why it took you so long.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, you finally here, but why it take you so long?
Yeah.
But hey, don't get mad at us.
Right.
We just messing with you a little bit because we was there. We understood. We couldn't say it either.
Mm-hmm. But you you just had. I'm sitting here, and I'm sitting here thinking about like you just gave me a list of excuses that people made for the real you. You just gave me a list of reasons and justifications, and you gave me a list of stories that people told other people about who you were. And I'm just thinking about that 17 and a half, 18-year-old Trevor that's used to hearing these things and used to feeling these things and used to having to compartmentalize these things. What did you do internally, if you could speak to like where you went mentally when you heard the excuses or the justification? Like, where did you go in your head? Did you take it as, okay, yes, this is somebody giving me another out, or do you take it as like, damn, the fuck? Or was it a mix up?
And to be honest, it's at first it was more so of, let me just see. So I would allow certain people to speak up in instances like that because I wasn't publicizing it. Right. So it's like, I want to see if you gonna just throw me out there. If you gonna try to color, if you gonna try to make it, make it up real nice. Because, and I really only did that when I wasn't there.
Wow. Okay.
Because
when you went to church,
when I wasn't in the presence of them having to.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Because if I was there, you ain't gotta speak for me. But most of the justifications were brought to me after the conversation.
After the fact,
had,
right.
So it's like, I'm like, okay, cool. You cover my back because I went there to say, hey, yeah, I am. Now what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And I would, and even then, back then, I valued everybody else's opinion and thought mine was worthless because I didn't meet their standards.
That's real.
And
that's a real thing, Trevor.
I was like, I have to take all this advice in, and then once I change or once I magically it just goes away, then everybody will be able to listen to my opinion. And 18 was that moment too. It was like, hey, I have feelings just like everybody else's, and people can come to me and tell me 100% how they feel, and I sit there and I say, I respect it. But the minute my voice gets one tone too high, or it's a little more depth in my voice, just this much, or I'm using straight words, now it's, oh, you got anger issues and you need help, and you shouldn't feel that way because your life don't line up to that emotion. What do you mean? It was almost, for 18 years, I was under the impression that your life is too good for you to feel anything other than joy. If you don't feel joy, you need to fix yourself. You need to work on yourself.
Wow. Man. And the navigation of it all, Trevor, like you have to, and I tell queer men this all the time, you have to be a special soul that God, the Creator, sends to earth, and have to navigate like 2 or 3 different like perspectives on who you are, and go in this mean ass world that is policing you emotionally, who's policing you physically, who's policing you mentally, and essentially policing your voice. You have to try and fit in those corners, and y'all, that is the intersectionality of it all. Like, number 1, you're a black man, right? Number 2, you're a black queer man. Number 3, you're a black queer man that have to navigate all the injustices of what other black men have to navigate, but you got to navigate the injustices in community as well.
Yeah.
So the amount of trauma that you take, the amount of violence, if you will, or abuse that you take verbally from people, or that you took, that when they brought it back to you, you was like, dang. And Trevor, I tell people, there's a lot of queer men, and it is, and I know I'm gonna do an episode on this season. Why do we work so hard to hide what they already know? They already know. We're being discussed. Somebody watching this right now discussing us with their girlfriend right now. You know what I'm saying? Like why? But we're built because we don't understand. And we don't really understand everything. So it's like, man, I got to try not to let you see this thing that I know you see, but if I'm too loud about it, you might say something. Man.
You might respond.
Man.
Me being confident and bold in it.
Bruh, that's crazy, right? That's crazy, bruh. Trevor, listen, thinking about that 18-year-old, bruh, listen, we in this car together. We in it together, Trevor. Man, listen. Look, if you could sing one song to your younger self, sitting in church, what would it be and why?
God Sees You. By Google. I think her last name is Atkins. Don't get me if I'm in Google. But I'm talking about you, Google. But yes,
what does she talk about?
So, the overall message is God sees you, God hears you, yes, God loves you, And the verses, she's calling out the suicidal demon, and she says how it's got our innocent people cutting and bleeding. And then she's like, this is the second verse. She says, and I know you think nobody knows, so I wrote this song to tell you God loves you and he can heal you. And then later on she said, I know you're crying yourself to sleep, wondering if anybody hears me. You say you can't go on no more, but your life is worth fighting for. Don't leave this world too soon. There's so many people who really love you. Jesus is calling for you. He knows, and he can heal you. And throughout the song, she also describes me. I'm on Instagram posting all the memes, and I'm getting all the laughs, I'm getting all the smiles, but behind my phone, I'm crying. I'm texting everybody saying, hey, y'all, what y'all doing? What we doing tonight? And I'm bawling. On the inside, I'm ripped up. But when I get out with y'all, I'm smiling. And even with that, my smile, so many people talk about it and they acknowledge how beautiful it is. And to me, when they say that, it warms my heart, but it warms my heart not because I know it's beautiful. It warms my heart because I'm like, wow, it's still beautiful even though it's having so much pain. I'm like, it's still beautiful even though it's so much not real. Like, y'all, at that moment, my smile was literally just to keep myself from crying. Or to smile through the tears so y'all would think that I was laughing.
Wow. And I heard you say this about the song. I don't know if this was a part of the song. Or was it just a part of the song, or did you actually have any suicidal ideations Have you ever had those thoughts or moments? And you don't have to go too deep about it, but if you could, because I want people to hear some of the feelings that a young church, Southern young man, the ones who y'all talk about, and the ones who y'all laugh at, and the ones who y'all discuss, I want you to hear what he possibly could be feeling. I want you to hear what he possibly could be. So what if you could speak to those feelings that you were feeling, that you couldn't even really own because you were so busy putting on What was those thoughts and feelings, Trevor?
Nobody's gonna notice. You're a problem anyway, so you would be doing them a favor. It's one of those things, and I want to say I love my mama.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things your mama got to pray about. And then on top of that, if I'm not meant to be, this, why is it that this is all I know?
Yes.
Why is it that you, as in everybody, is okay with him and him and him, but when it comes to me, mine is a no-no. And then I have more pain than joy at this point, or at that point. So it's like, I should just end it. That way I'll end everything. And in all of those suicidal ideas and attempts, should I say, every time it was just like, but you can't. And it was like, why I can't?
Yes.
And it was like, you'll see. And that's what kept me waking up every morning.
Wow.
That's what kept me going. And then also, it would be little small things like, I would have that moment in my room, but the next morning my mom was like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
Trevor, you're loved.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Keys, you are my shining star.
Yes.
That's my nickname. That's her nickname for me, should I say.
Yes.
You're my shining star. And I don't care what people say, how they treat you, as long as you always enter into a room and leave the room knowing who you are, they can't do anything.
Man, bro, like you really messing me up right now, because I'm listening to you and I'm hearing you, and literally, and if y'all are listening or watching, just being in this room with this man right now, listening to you navigate these things, I want to say thank you.
Man, thank you.
Seriously, thank you, Trevor, and I honor your lived experience in this moment from someone who lived in your shoes. I was probably here maybe like 17, 18 years prior to you, and to see you in the shoes that you were in, trying to navigate being the good boy, being the one that you knew everything you was feeling in you. You were always present with that, but you knew you felt you had to hide that, and you felt you had to cover it, and you felt you had to put on enough to where people ain't really seeing it, because I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm not trying to embarrass my family. I'm not trying to embarrass my church. I'm not trying to embarrass myself, because like, I don't want nobody else to come up to me telling me. I remember, Trevor, I was probably like, about 16. And it was a rumor at school that me and one of my friends were kissing. We were boyfriends. And we weren't. But I cried so hard. I cried so, like, I was so depressed that I cried so hard, because I didn't want, I just knew that I was performing enough to where they didn't see it. I knew I was, I knew I was putting on enough, Trevor, to where
I'm slipping through the cracks.
Right. I was slipping through the cracks. I'm like, damn, bro. I knew that they could not see it. I knew they couldn't see it. And when
how could they?
And And when my friend came to me and told me, bro, I was crushed. Bro, I was crushed. Like, no!
No way.
Yeah. But like, I can remember those times too, Trevor. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I would run to God even more. And I would really try to I would try to get in my Bible even more because I was like, I got to find this answer. I got to find, this way out. Because like you, I was like, man, I'm going to give me a girl, bro. I'm going to give me a girl, give me a baby.
Right.
Man, I'm finna, man, just do the thing, bro. And then I see somebody else that look good, so I'm like, nah. Oh.
Like,
I'm going to do a little later. Oh, God.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, nah, for real, man. And I stand with your story so, Trevor, because it's one that is real, and it's one that most people have a childlike education of queerness. They have a childlike education of what's said in the Bible, homosexuality. They have a childlike education. So all most people know, Trevor, is that's that thing that they say you're going to hell for.
Yeah.
and that just that same thing, that's also the thing that's an abomination, that if you wear a mixed fabric, you're going, that's an abomination against God. Right?
Right.
And it's also that thing that's shellfish. Don't eat shellfish. Don't eat shellfish. And that's so it's like, okay, well, why you not just single that out?
Why is this the only one that's highlighted?
Right? Why you single that out?
And then I've also noticed that I've been with me going to Bethel University. We went to a lot of different cultured churches. Never heard a sermon about it in a Hispanic church. Never heard a sermon about it in a white church or a CCM church.
Yeah.
Never heard a sermon about it in a Presbyterian. Never heard a sermon about it in a Catholic church. I can't find one of our churches.
Man, bro.
Where and it's like it's tied into any sermon.
Because it's easy. It's easy.
Because I feel like that's the easiest target to beat on that doesn't step on the toes of the friends of the pastors that's preaching it.
Yes.
Because most pastors can't preach about infidelity.
No, they can't. They might try.
They might try, but even then,
I can't say too much.
You can't say too much because then you'll be snitching on your friends.
Right.
Or you'll have to go back to your head or your quarters, whatever you call it, and then your friends be saying, "Hey, why you put my business?"
You put that out there, bro.
You gotta be telling folks so it's like that's the only topic in which collectively the church hates.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that. It's a big smack in the face of Jesus to say, hey, I appreciate you for dying for all sins, but this sin you didn't cover.
Wow.
This sin, your blood doesn't cover that one.
Wow.
Sorry.
Man. So, bruh, you just said a lot. You just said a lot. No, but you good, because that hit on a lot of layers, and to hear and understand, like, I think the one of the most important pieces for me is that when you begin to feel and you started feeling your feelings out loud, like when you start to allow it to show and be, because we can only go so long with covering, with not saying, with not doing. And when you allow yourself to feel, because in one of my notes I got here, do you think the gospel taught us to worship before it taught us to feel?
And I would say it taught us to feel before it taught us to worship.
Okay.
Because I'm just now realizing that I can worship God for real. I used to just wait for a feeling. Because I was like, he's not gonna come visit me. I'm not gonna be ushered in. He would have to literally want to come visit me. because I'm not worthy of his presence in this state.
Wow.
From what I'm taught.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm inadvertently taught he don't love you fully because, you gay.
Well, I'm punked, man.
You want to punk. Yeah, so it's like, he don't love you fully.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to get the same blessings as the next person.
Yeah.
So I literally had to, I would say, for a long time, I was in a worship setting, but waiting on that feeling.
Mm. Okay.
And then once I got that feeling, then it was like, okay, now I'm here. But no, I wasn't even worshiping God for real.
So that feeling that you're speaking on, I'm assuming it's the Holy Spirit, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's the Holy Ghost. And when I say feelings, I mean as well your feelings that you feel about you. Not necessarily the feelings that you feel when you're feeling the Holy Ghost, but the feelings, feelings Trevor feel about Trevor.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, from there, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, because, like I said, it was introduced to me with a negative light.
Yeah.
So, because it was introduced to me with a negative light, the only option was to get the furthest away from me. But how do I get away from me if I'm me?
Wow. Yeah. How do you get away from you when you're you? You're you. You gotta get away from you, right?
How do I get away from me when I'm me?
Wow.
Like literally, it's like this plant right here. I'm running, but sitting in the chair. Where are you going?
Where you going? When you go to sleep and when you wake up, I'm
still right here, running in the chair.
Wow.
Trying to get away from this plant, in this chair, sitting here running.
Wow.
And years are passing, I'm still running.
Mm-hmm.
But even now, because years are passing, I'm running out of time, so I'm running faster. Still sitting down in the chair though. Mm-hmm. Where you going?
Man, Trevor, bro, you made me think about, I'm building an episode and this should come out not too far after this one right here, but it's called All the Years I Gave Away. And
Trevor Keys, put my name in there.
All of the years I gave away, because after a while we get to a space when we're not in emotional prison anymore. When we're out of that emotional prison, you look back like, damn, bro, I nobody took it from me. I gave these years to you trying to be what you told me I should be.
Right.
I gave these years to you, and when you think back on like all of the versions of you that you missed, all of the versions at the ages that you needed to hit, you weren't able to hit it because you were trying so hard to be all these other things, man. And so that brings a large level of regret, Trevor, of anger, resentment, if you will, and they wonder why a lot of us have, we're like, we got a chip on our shoulder because you always got to be watching for that thing, because I don't know if you're going to see that thing. And if you see that thing, I got to respond to, bruh.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So even with me saying that, Trevor, like, what does masculinity look like to you? And how do you weigh it with the scope of what you have going on now? Like, what is masculine? Because I do a lot in the work, and it still feel like I'm dreaming when I say this, but I'm in college now for the first time. I'm studying sociology now, and I love it. Thank you, man. I love it, bro. And I study a lot about masculinity because there are several different types of masculinity, and I think that the masculinity that you or I display is not like that predominant masculinity, but like, how do you navigate it? What does it look like for you, masculinity?
In like a broad overall statement, masculinity is simply just knowing you are the man in every situation you step into.
Okay.
with that being said, masculinity, like you said, there are multiple levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like on my level, masculinity can be measured as far as to, yes, I'm into fashion, but my articles of clothing that I choose.
Mm-hmm.
It's not emasculating to wear a skirt and a dress.
Mm-hmm.
I won't wear a skirt.
Okay.
That's just my personal.
It's your personal preference, right.
You know, but I will definitely put on some wide leg pants that probably, this leg will probably go this wide. It may give an appearance of a skirt, but I know they're pants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a, I feel like it's such a just a descriptive word,
mm-hmm.
because there's so many different perspectives on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I don't know if I can just add this in, but like,
come on, add it.
I'd be confused when people ask mask or femme. I'd be like, what? Really, because
you can definitely add that. We can talk about
it. We have our moments where I may giggle, you know, and that could be considered, oh, he's femme, but no, I'm not. Because at the same time, I don't think I exhibit all of the. Well, I'm not so feminine all the time to where I could be considered femme when it's like I don't do sew-ins or nails, lashes. It's like, and nothing against it. Nothing against it. It's just, that's not what I choose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I measure my masculinity off of, basically.
And to not cut you off, but to add to what you're saying, I think that a lot of times in community, a lot of times, you know, inadvertently, guys would judge, like you said, the ones who do nails or the ones who wear skirts or the one who do sew-ins. Like they would just like, oh, I ain't that gay. I ain't that kind of gay. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and even, and like, real talk. Go ahead.
It's because it's the same umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're more expressive in theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I think this kind of like I want to add on to what we were saying, or what I was saying. It's like masculinity is the mind. It's more so in the mind of just how you carry yourself. Because yes, I would say that there are masculine men, but we also have masculine women.
Yes.
And those women aren't studs. Mm-hmm. They're just masculine. So it's like
energy. It's energy.
Yeah, it's like it's an energy thing. It's like you just carry it.
Yeah.
But then even those masculine women, they have their feminine moment, or they have their femininity that comes through the masculinity, which is like sometimes when they come home, oh, child, girl, you know, it's like you get into your soft era. Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like, yes, masculinity, even though it's like perceived that way on my measure, it's more so like the hard.
Yeah.
Like when you come in, it's like you showing the man, but then, you know, your softer, more gentle side would be more considered of the femininity coming through.
Right. And we get caught a lot, Trevor, in gender roles.
Yes,
you know, and we assign these roles to. This means you act like this. This means you're masculine. This means you're feminine. And we come from a woman and a man. We come from a whoa man. Like
I've said this.
Yeah, we come from a woman, so we do have masculine and feminine energy in us. And the reality is, and I don't know, Trevor, if it's, for me, I don't know if it's due to, well, I know, like, this is who I am generally, you know, and this is who you are generally, this is who you've come to be, and I know we got here by a level of learning to perform. And we also got here about, okay, we know that this is the acceptable gender role, if you will. But I know that how we present now, we offer the version of gay that most people can't tolerate.
Right.
They might not agree with it, right. But they can tolerate it, you know, but even in saying that, that's not fair. That's not like, that's just not, and especially because it's in community, you know what I'm saying? It's in community, Trevor, and it's a lot with that. It's a lot with that, and just with the Bridges watching and with y'all listening, thank y'all so much for staying this long with this conversation. Thank y'all so much because, you know, we've gone down a journey or two, Trevor, and I want to tell you, bro, I am so proud of you. Trevor, I'm so proud of you, man, and I want to affirm you right here, right now, for the man you are. And for me, I will protect you. I let him know before I turn any of these electronics on, bruh. I'm going to guard you. You know, you're on my platform, man. If anybody, listen, have anything to say, please say it to me. Please say it to me. I want you, because I invited him. I came up with the show topic. I came up with the questions, but I wanted to do this because I need you to see some of the experiences, Trevor, because I realized that I did my family a disservice by not sharing these parts of me with them, because they just not educated on a lot, you know, that they have preconceived notions on what it looks like. But I'm a man. Right. I'm a black man. Right. And when you see me, you see black man, you know, and hearing your story, bro, like, dude, you and I already know, you know, you said what you needed to say, you know, but I thank you again, Trevor, because you're 26 years old, bro. Your generation is wide open. Right. Your generation is wide open in the terms of y'all are very expressive. I think that your generation, honestly, Trevor, I probably never said this too much out loud, but your generation helps y'all help liberate us. Yeah. Y'all help liberate us. We try.
See, honestly, I'm just now getting to the point where I can just like say how I feel. Because I feel like I want to share this part of the story. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit more.
That's cool.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, like I said, with my peers, they're the ones that showed me, like, when they say, nah, man, I ain't going, and this is how I feel about it, such. And everybody be like, shoot, yeah. That's what taught me, hey, your opinion does matter.
Yes.
And then going back to 5 and 6 year old me, hey, it's okay. Still tell people how you feel. Because introducing the portion of the story, I was silenced so many times as a kid that I didn't know how to tell people the truth about me. Yeah. I was silenced when I asked about what gay man is. I was silenced when I was selected by a family member to be the target. And that's why when you mentioned about my light being so bright, it's just like, I appreciate that 20 some years later, that light was still shining so bright. Because I definitely, after all the experiences of, being molested, over and over again, it was just that was a part of the confused and the focus on, let me get this off of me, because I'm confused as to if it's such a problem with me having it and everybody's telling me I shouldn't have it, and I'm even saying at this point I don't want it, why is it that I still have it? And then also, why am I so why am I attracting so much attention if I'm trying so hard to hide it? Like you said, the light shines without me knowing it. So it's like I was shining And those that were around me that saw it at that age was like, I'm gonna get some of that. Mm-hmm. But because I'm older, he's gonna have to get it. He's gonna have to give it to me. But then after the fact that my light didn't dim, it was like, oh, I gotta try even harder. Mm-hmm. I gotta try even harder. And that's what really led to 18 too, because I was not only tired of pretending to everybody else, but I had already gotten the understanding with my mom, you know, like, hey mama, this is me, but then I never told you this part about me. And at this point, I'm past the sorrow and the grief of it happening to me. Now I'm mad that it happened to me. And I'm walking around with anger, and I'm snapping, and my mom's confused. She's like, why are you snapping on everybody all of a sudden? It's like, because I'm tired. What are you tired of? Tired of lying. What are you lying about? Boom. And it was like, I had held it so long because knowing that there was a lack of communication in our community, lack of communication and education about the topic of queer and homosexuality in our community, and nobody wants to ask the questions. They just want to assume based off of what they know.
Yes.
And then they don't want to ask. They don't want to ask the questions mainly because they enjoy the confusion of not knowing. They love that ignorant phase of it. So it's like, if I remain ignorant, I can still feel the way I feel about you. Mm-hmm. Because once I get educated and I know that I know, then it's like, now it's on you. You're the reason why you're wanting to choose me or treat me this way. Or you're choosing to treat me this way. And when it got down to 18 and I finally told my mom, and her loving me and holding me, which is why I really want to be a part of this, the Time That I Wasted episode, because it's like it showed me so many years, Mom. I'm sitting here thinking that if I tell you the truth about me, the porch is gonna be my new home. Whole time, your bosom was my home, because that was the first time where I allowed you to embrace me wholly. Mm-hmm. And you embraced the honest me. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate my mom so much, because after that, it was like all of the dots of what's wrong with my baby years prior started connecting. And it was like, okay. And she instantly went into, okay, let me get you some therapy. Let me get you some help. Mm-hmm. Let me get you somebody to talk to, because also it was brand new for her. And like you said, things that they know but they don't know. It's like she was like, I hear everybody talking around me, and I'm defending my son because he hasn't told me. But then also, it's that understanding of, I'm gonna wait, you know? And then once I told her, it was like, oh, okay. Now everything is making sense. Okay. And then that's where our relationship really started, and we started growing up for sure.
Man. And Trevor, listen, you just like turned the car, like you got on the interstate, bro. And I was like, I didn't think you were gonna get on the interstate, bro. Look, we try to land this plane, bro. You just got on the interstate. Okay. No, bro. Listen.
We get this in.
I honor your story, Trevor, and I'm not glossing over it by a long shot, you know, because I know that So but to see the outcome though, bro, and I just kind of want to tell you, I want to continue to encourage you in this moment, and I want to encourage you, Trevor, because I am a builder of Black men, and all of the years that you gave, all of the times that you gave, man, you know, this may sound cliche, but I know God is going to restore. Wow. Yes. Every year you've sown in tears, God is going to restore all of the times where you had to put on all of the times and the days you had to cry when you couldn't even express your cry. You couldn't even cry to people. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even cry, bro. And God is going to restore that. And I'm just so proud to know you. I'm proud to be building relationship with you. And I will say again, like, and this is no fluff, Trevor. You have a light. You have a light. And I will do whatever I can do to protect it. And you do what you got to do as a Black man to protect that light. Every piece of who you are is what and who God made you to be. Thank you. Thank you for coming on, Trevor. Let the Bridges know how they can connect with you, how they can see your work, on all your things. It's going to be on the bottom of the screen.
It's going to be on the bottom of the screen. So on Facebook, Trevor Keys. It is not Trev Keys. That is my old Facebook page. Trevor Keys. And then Instagram, it is Tut, so TUT dot Rovert, ROVERT 444. That is Tut Trevor backwards 444. I don't really have. I'm on Threads, but I don't really be on there like that. And then most of my posts from Instagram go to Threads. So yeah, and on Instagram, that's where I mostly post all of, or I try to do most of like my clips of me singing on there. Also TikTok, I want to say.
Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. TikTok, yeah, y'all follow me on there because I'm gonna be starting to like a smaller series of me like singing around with my friends and stuff on there too.
Cool. That's
and then I'm getting ready to go on this tour. So me and my sister, we were saying we're gonna do a song a day outside of us performing on the tour, but like we're gonna do on TikTok, either go live or record the video of us, doing our thing. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Trevor. Thank you. This was a refreshing episode for me, and it was another chance and opportunity to allow people to a glimpse of what our worlds look like, and kind of kill some of the stigma, kill some of the stereotype. Thank you for coming. Any last words to the people if you want to share anything? I just appreciate everybody that tuned in,
heard me, and now you all know what's really going on behind the smile. And just to clarify, the smile is no longer fake. The smile is no longer fake.
Hear them out, y'all.
You don't have to. You don't have to use this episode as the moment for you to want to reach out. You can. I'm not saying that you don't have to reach out, but I am okay. Life is good. God is good, and God is real. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Trevor. Listen, thank you, y'all. This is Raybridginghuman, the place where stories are heard and the world get to see it. See y'all next week, Bridges. Love you. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.